persuade you to stop animal experimentation. It's a very inhuman process, and I am really against it personally, and I would try to persuade you guys to. Well, the question is, are we animals too? Technically, yes, we are animals. We are Homo sapiens and a species of animal. But also, God gave us a gift of tremendous brain power, a high intellectual level. So that separates us from animals as human beings. So human beings, as being human beings, does that gives us the right to torture and kill other animals? Does that give us a right to put an animal into a cage and put harmful chemicals into their bodies? Does that give us a right to separate animals from their natural habitat? Does that give us a right to be unjust, like take away the rights from animals? Every living creatures in this world has the right, and torturing them, experimenting on them is highly immoral and highly unjust. Recently, European Union in a conference just passed a law where they are going to test 3,000 toxic chemicals, and all of them are going to be tested on animals. Also, the stray dogs that are found here are taken by the government, US government, and pesticides are tested on them, harmful pesticides, and just to pass them by the food department. So all the harmful chemicals are tested on the animals so that they can see if it's harmful for human beings too. Here's a video of that was taken by an undercover investigation in Vienna, and this was done by PETA. Oh, sorry, screen is there. How do we do it?
I think you have to click on the slide.
I had a video, it was a horrifying video. Probably it would run, hopefully.
If you just click on the slide, does it start? No?
Sure.
Let's wait like this.
Anyhow, this was an undercover mission that PETA organized, and it showed horrifying videos of monkeys and primates being tortured and put into tubes and being completely tortured and even killed. And some cases they were electrified, they were being electrocuted, they were being put into narrow tubes, and they were being congested into a bottle so that they can see how they react to extreme conditions. Also, some animals reject food when they are tortured normally, and to keep them alive, they put tubes in their noses and mouths so that they can feed them to keep them alive. It's a horrible, horrible situation. I hope it could run. I really wanted to show the video, but it's pretty nice.
Open the internet and you'll.
I ran it on. It probably doesn't have the AVI file. I don't know.
It's fine. You're fine.
Anyway.
Don't worry about
Education. Animals are also used for educational purposes. They are used for dissections. They are killed. 5.7 million animals are killed every year in the world, and just for educational purposes. These turtles and mice are drilled through their shells so that they can see their heart, and mice are paralyzed so that they can electrically simulate their muscles. Also, animals are used for psychological and physiological tests so that they can torture animals and see what results do they get when they are tortured and put into a horrible situation. How do they react mentally? So these are a few pictures that I got from Google Images. Obviously, experimenting on an animal, you have to take them away from their habitats and put them into cages. Not necessarily, you don't have to torture them, put them into cages, you can keep them into some habitat, like at least in zoos you have a good habitat. So you don't need to put them into cages like this and take them away from all of their family. This is a picture of a poor polar bear that was taken from the Arctic to Singapore and to the Singapore Zoo, and obviously it turned green during summer. It's horrible. Well, animal rights. Animal has rights. Every living creature in this world has a right, and the right is to live freely, to live without fear, to live without burden in their life, and to live without being tortured. This is the power of man, the suffering of animals, and the call to mercy. And the call is to mercy. The call is to us, to the social people, like all of us here, present here, to the government, to the social organizations, to all NGOs that exist, to just a call from the animals that cannot speak, but we have to be their voices, and we have to be just enough to face their cases. This is animal rights, and just to emphasis on the animal rights. This is a very it may go wrong sometimes. Animals experiments tested on animals are not always foolproof. They might go wrong sometimes, and not sometimes, actually very often. Although you can say, okay, monkeys are just differs to animals by one chromosome level, but that's a huge difference. You cannot say monkeys are humans. Experiments that was proven on monkeys doesn't mean that it will be working on humans too, and that might have a very huge side effect that we don't want to bring upon. And also these kind of meaningless experiments cause torture to animals, monkeys, and it is not proving any help to mankind, which is the main goal of experiments on animals. Well, this is a disgusting picture, but it's horrifying, and that's why I brought it on. But it's a very difficult case, difficult situation for animals, and I really want to persuade all of you here, because since you are scientists, engineers, and primarily social beings, and I want you to understand that animals are living creatures, and they feel same emotions, same pain, same agony, they get happy, they become sad, and not same level as human beings, probably more or less. So please stop experimenting on animals and let them live, because you cannot give something that you can't take. You cannot be tortured by, so don't torture anyone. It's the right of God. Don't take it from him.